Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa, I read, and welcome to another video. In this video, I am reviewing the book, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. The Love Hypothesis is a romance, and in this one we follow Olive and Adam, and Olive has been trying desperately to convince her best friend to date her ex, and her ex haven't really had a really strong connection anyways, and she doesn't have any hard feelings about their breakup or them not dating or not working out, and she desperately wants her best friend to date him because it's clear that she has a lot of feelings for him. And so in order to convince her best friend that, you know, she's totally fine with it, she tells her that she's actually on a date. And so because of that, because she told her friend that she was going to go on this date with this guy, she leaves the house and goes and work at the lab because she is a student in STEM, specifically like she's a biology student and she's working on her PhD, I believe. She works on her lab, she works on her work at the university, but unfortunately her friend is there, and so without realizing or thinking too much about it, she kind of kisses the first guy that she sees, so her friend can tell, oh, maybe she is actually on a date. And so unfortunately the first person that she kisses is Adam. He's a professor at the university and he's kind of known as like the hard ass. He's the one who is super grumpy and he doesn't pass a lot of I forget what they're called, but when they present their research or their thesis or things like that, he's really hard on the students, and he really pushes the students at the university, specifically in the biology department. And so a lot of people don't like him because he's kind of one of the harder professors to impress. So it's super awkward, this one moment. Somehow she convinces him to fake date her because she really wants her friend to go out with her ex. And he agrees to do it, and it's for his own purposes as well. He wants to convince the university that he is committed to stay. They think that he's a bit of a flight risk, that he's looking around at other universities and other prospects to advance his career, but he wants to convince the university that he's actually staying in order to release some funds that they've been holding from him from his research. So they agree to fake date. They have a weekly coffee date so people can see them at the university actually having conversation and being together and spending time together. And it's their developing relationship. I don't know, you know, but this is like a Reylo fanfic kind of, and it's one of the reasons why I had to read it, because I love Reylo. Reylo is Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars. They're kind of a relationship, and so the author was inspired by their relationship and wrote this story. Honestly, when I was reading this, I think the premise, like him being grumpy or him being no one really liking him at the university, is the biggest inspiration, and maybe the way they look. But besides that, I feel like they are their own characters. I wasn't really picturing Rey and Kylo Ren while reading this, and I don't think they quite emulated the same characteristics particularly, but I enjoyed these characters a lot. I really loved Olive, and I liked seeing a woman studying biology. I enjoyed that aspect of the story, and him being a professor, of course. But yeah, I really loved this one a lot. I was so addicted. I could not put it down whatsoever. I do love the fake dating aspect, and I loved how Olive was like, so maybe insecure is the right word, like she was overly embarrassed all the time with the situations she was put in. It's quite comical. They are kind of put into awkward situations in order to convince everyone that they're actually dating, and Olive is a little bit mortified, and slowly they get to know each other and they just fall for each other. And I really enjoyed that, and you got to see lots of aspects of what it's like to be a woman in the sciences, and you know, it's harder for them, and there is some talk about it in here, so it does shed some light about stuff like that, and I liked that aspect of it. And even though she's so brilliant and smart, she was really insecure about her, I don't want to say brilliance, but insecure about her doing well in the PhD program. But clearly she was super passionate about her work and her studying and things like that. So I did enjoy that. I liked how she was Canadian, but she was doing her studies in America, and she's really much on her own. So her family is the people that she has around her, so her best friends and her roommate. And I enjoyed that they really looked out for her, especially since she didn't really have anyone there. It wasn't ever labeled in the book, but Olive seemed to be demisexual from my interpretation of the reading. I'm not demisexual, so I wouldn't actually know or claim to know if this is accurate or not, but I liked that representation because it got us a glimpse of how people could fall in love no matter what their sexual orientation is, or how maybe different they are when it comes to their sexual drive or the way they feel about people romantically. And she may be a little bit like, is it demi-romantic? Because her previous boyfriend, she didn't really have any romantic feelings for him, but it wasn't until she met Adam and started developing a relationship with him that she started having romantic feelings for him and sexual feelings as well. So I kind of liked that representation. You don't get to see that usually. Usually it's like full-fledged falling in love, full-fledged having sexual feelings and things like that. So I really liked that representation. I just thought I'd let you know. Also, thing I want to mention is that it's a grumpy sunshine trope, which I'm learning I'm absolutely obsessed with. So he's the grump and she's very sunshiny, and I just love their dynamic together. Really good banter, and I just really love this one, so I definitely recommend it. I gave it 5 stars. It was amazing, and I highly recommend it. It's so good. It's one of my new favorite romances of all time. It's definitely one of my top 3 or 4. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'd love to know if you've read this book before. Please comment down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about this book because I absolutely loved it. It's one of my new favorites. If you have any other recommendations similar to this, leave them down below. I'd love to see what you recommend. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not done so. You can follow me on Goodreads and Instagram. And you know what? I want you to keep reading. Bye.